afternoon, beautiful people. I'm Joshua Lewis, and I'm hosting Victorious Living Podcast. We're glad you tuned in. Today, we're going to speak on motherhood, entrepreneurship, and everything else that I'm missing. Today, we have the wonderful, wonderful guest, Whitney McKinnie.
Woo! Welcome to the show.
Also, we have our lovely co-host, Ryan Clements.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
How's everyone doing today?
I'm good. It's nice and cool in here. It's hot outside.
It is hot outside.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You nervous? You good? You
No,
I'm
ready? I'm ready.
Okay, well, let's...
If I'm going to give you a little bit on Miss McKinnie.
Let's do it.
Let's do this, right? FitWit is a certified group instructor and online trainer from Lake Charles, Louisiana. She participated in women's track and field at LSU, Louisiana, Monroe, before transferring to McNeese, where she received a Bachelor of Science degree in physical therapy. We went to school together, though, right? LCB, man. I had to break up the monotony.
We all in the same year?
No. No, we're same school, though.
Okay.
Same, but different.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sharing the associates because she's super smart from Sewella, girl doing the thing. But she owned a couple local businesses. Fit T Ships, because I was finna ruin that. You know, we got some Christian folks around. I'm finna ruin that. Also, she's a single mother of 2 boys. Enjoy family time, creating short skits, cooking, painting. If y'all ain't seen her skits, check her skits out. Man, they are hilarious. You got to check her skits out, right? She's making people smile. She's passionate about women's fitness. So if your back is big, DM my girl. Call her, text her. She waiting on you. She going to hook you up. She going to take care of you. Whitney, welcome to the podcast. And also she advocates for the artistic awareness and freedom of self-expression. Because I don't want to mess that up, right?
Please don't. You did great.
Yes. So it's like, how did you come up with like the concept, the idea, the characters? Like, tell us about that.
That's a great question. I've never been asked before. So it just kind of comes to me. You know, it's never planned. Some of them I plan. Most of it is just kind of sporadic. Just, you know, I have a vision, and then I'll see how I can interject my T's and how I can market it, and then I just like take it from there.
That's like a genius, like being a content creator. Is that
Pretty
kind of
much.
tough, or is it any challenges with that?
Honestly, the only challenge for it with me is just having time.
Yeah.
You know, like if I can't do it, I become a little, down. Like if I'm not getting time, but if I have time. I like to get in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I can get in front of the camera every day, no lie.
Yeah.
I've always loved the camera.
Because there was one skit in particular, I think it was like LCB teachers, and like it kind of went viral in Lake Charles. That was so good.
That was good.
I even recognized something. Like, oh, isn't that so and so?
Yes, a lot of people enjoyed that. I was going to start with one.
Okay.
I was going to start with Mr. Cannon.
All right.
That was it.
That was it.
But then, that one got, a lot of views, and people was in the comments, and they're like, hey, can you do this person and that person? And then, all these memories just start coming back to me from high school, and then I'm just every day, man, I'm just, getting dressed up, which is what I like to do anyway. And I'm just, reminiscing and going down memory lane. And most of them I was doing, one first or second take. I don't usually like to do more than 2 takes, so it's not... It just doesn't feel natural.
Yeah.
So when it feels natural, it feels good.
They're all good, and I feel like the Stevie Wonder was really good too. That one was really good.
I don't know if she had a bad one. I don't know any bad ones.
They're all good. They're all good. But that
I'm
was
glad
my
y'all
favorite
enjoyed.
ones. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoyed. I have a blast making them, and that's my favorite. That's my favorite pastime. Besides hanging out with my kids, I love making skits and I call it creative advertising. Okay. That's what I like to do.
So you're doing a very good job at that. So tell us about your entrepreneurial journey and what inspired you to start Fitwhitsfitness and Fit T Ships.
Okay, well, they kind of started at separate times. Well, what inspired me to start fitness, I guess I've been doing it for about 10 years. It started with just hearing a lot of my friends and my family just being unhappy with self-image, confidence. And so I have always liked to work out. I've been lifting weights since I was about 12. Wow. So, and I've always played sports. So after sports was done. I just wasn't ready, for it to be over. And I just decided I kind of always wanted to be a trainer as a kid, so I just decided that was something I wanted to do. So I became certified as a trainer, I believe, in 2015.
Wow.
So it was just about 11 years.
Yeah.
But I didn't really start the business until about a year later. And so it was a slow start in the beginning. It didn't really take off, I wouldn't say, until 2020.
Okay.
That's when it did really well. During the pandemic, the gym shut down.
Okay.
We all had to be inside, or we either had to be outside where, nobody could get sick.
Yeah.
So I started training like a couple of women in my driveway. It started with a group of 4, and within 3 weeks it was 60.
Wow.
Wow.
60?
60.
Wow.
That's
60,
what's up.
4 to 60 in 3 weeks. It was a pandemic, and that's when I really got my name out on the map. Like, I just felt like, oh, yay, like people know, about the trend. I finally had the recognition I wanted in my community for being a trainer.
Yeah. How did the teas come about, though?
So the tea came about. So in 2020, I've been an Herbalife distributor. That's like a weight loss supplement nutrition line that it just went in with the trainer. It helps people lose weight. Well, they started having these tea shops opened, and they were selling these Herbalife drinks. So my clients would all say, hey, like when they leave in boot camp, they're like, hey, we got to go get in the tea line. We got to go get in the tea line at the tea shop. I don't even remember which one it was. So I just decided, hey, like I need to cut out the middleman. I'm just like, entrepreneur, always thinking like an entrepreneur. I was like, hey, how about I make myself a one-stop shop for these energy drinks and workouts. Save some time and, just create another stream of income.
Yeah. That's really good. And trust me, guys, we are definitely going to get into those teas later on in the podcast because she brought some samples for us. So I'm really excited about that. So let's talk about motherhood and balance. So as a single mother of 2 beautiful boys and being a business owner, how do you balance motherhood, business, and that personal time like self-care?
Literally, that's how it feels. Sometimes it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It is. But in a way, it's also good because as an entrepreneur, you just can move how you need to move. So, there was periods that I did have to work a job, but for the most part, I was always able to be available for my kids. School events, when they would get out of school on different breaks for the holidays, I was always there. So it is challenging. It's a lot, but I think just feeling that freedom of being an entrepreneur versus working a job, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I make it work. It's challenging. It's tiring. It's stressful. But I think even though you balance a lot, I still just like the freedom. That's the key word, the takeaway word. Just being able to move how I need to move when I need to. On a job, you just can't do that. If you're working full time, like, no, there is just a hard no right off the jump. Whether as an entrepreneur, you may be able to move some things around or, just change up your schedule so you can still be a mom first.
Yeah. But speaking of being a mom, like that self-care, I wonder, like, what does that look like for you? Do you feel like you put yourself on the back burner?
That's a great question, Ryan. Thank you. I'm glad I have boys. Yeah. I'll say that. I always wanted boys. I'm not really that soft mom, so I can just kind of say, hey, get up, get your butts in gear, get moving, whatever, like move it. So, right. I still like working out. That's a big priority to me. And then with nutrition, eating certain things, I just make that a priority. I have to be whole in order for me to take care of so many responsibilities. Yeah. So I got to get my workout in. I need to be eating so many vegetables, so many fruits, drinking so much water a day. Just so everything can go how it's supposed to go. So I don't put myself on the back burner. I'm glad I don't have daughters. I am because if I have everything I need to get done, it's not like I have like all that cosmetic stuff except me, like nails, hair. It's just haircuts, wipe their faces, lotion them, and let's go.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So,
That's good stuff. Yeah. So How has your faith in God influenced your decisions, as a mother and as a business owner?
You definitely have to have faith. Yeah. Being an entrepreneur, especially in Lake Charles.
Tell me about it.
Support locally owned business.
Please, we're begging you.
We're all business owners,
Help
though.
us keep the lights on.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you definitely have to have faith, but I also feel, it's just, it goes with his divine plan, because if it's tugging on your heart and you just feel like this is what you're called to do, even though sometimes things don't look good, or, sometimes like we talked about with entrepreneurship, just that fluctuating income. You don't know if you're going to make it this month or how it's going to be. Some months are really good, some months are not. So you definitely have to have faith, and the two just go hand in hand, because I feel like fitness was what I was called to do, Not rich, I wish I was, but there's different things we could be doing to make more money, but when it's giving you the gratification every day, by helping other people and just educating people. A lot of black people just don't know about nutrition, and sometimes you are maybe the only person who is there to educate them or inform them things, myths, things that we grew up believing just growing up black, that we didn't think we needed, or it's just, it's just not correct. And sometimes just to give people this new 2026 version, like, hey, we've been doing it wrong, or you've been told wrong, like this is important, this is why when you go into the doctor, these numbers are up. Some people really don't have a clue on how to eat. Is not anything they're worried about until they're at the doctor and they're like, hey, it's a problem. Yeah. Before that is not important.
What's trending right now? Like, what are you currently seeing?
Currently seeing a lot of the weight loss drugs, the GLP-1s. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I'm like Ozempic.
Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro.
So would that be considered cheating in the fitness world?
No, it's not considered cheating. It's it's really for diabetic patients. But some people really do need a jump start in getting their weight under control. And I get it, because sometimes when you first start exercising, that's hard on your joints. Like you tell somebody who's 250 pounds, you need to go jogging and lose. It's too hard. It's too much. So I think I think if you use it in the beginning and still try to practice creating healthy habits, because it's not sustainable unless you practice these habits, and this is in your weekly, daily regimen. I need to exercise. I need to read the labels on things that I'm eating. Other than that, you're just going to go right back to being overweight. Yeah. So I think it's for a good head start, but I don't think it's something you should stay on forever. It's hard on the body. It's hard on the pancreas. So I think it's good for people who have diabetes and short-term weight loss, maybe just to get, some of the excess weight off so they can start working out. Yeah. But I don't recommend it for long-term use unless the doctor says, hey, you need this for your diabetes or whatever.
That's fair.
Now, I will say, living in Louisiana, it's really hard to eat right sometimes. We got the crackling, the boudin, the sausages, the bacon,
We candy coating grapes.
Coating grapes.
And pineapples. We doing everything. Everything's so good.
Shout out to Sanye's, though. Like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
How does a person have discipline, though? I'm saying, living in Louisiana with the food culture that we have,
Ryan, I love to eat all of the stuff you just named. I hadn't had candy grapes yet, but it's all about just creating balance. Like, I am a Louisiana trainer, so I eat crawfish, I eat tripe, I eat pork. Not all the time, but I do eat it. Yeah. But with the foods that we eat, we eat some heavy food out here. So it's like you gotta be getting some type of physical activity, and you can't just eat that kind of food weeks and months on end and think that you're not gonna grow wider.
Yeah, like there's no balance.
Right.
Yeah, and then moderation too.
So in moderation.
Yeah.
In moderation.
Some people kind of lucky with genes, right? So like me, I've been the same size since middle school. You know what I'm saying? I still ain't got no chest, Jordan. Lord, if you if you hear me, but it's all good. But like,
Yeah.
no, I mean, some of us are fortunate with genes. Others,
Yeah.
you know, it's a little bit more difficult.
I know, like for me, I have a very fast metabolism, so I can eat a lot, and then it's no issue. But like you said, I've been the same since I was like high school. Yeah.
Right. I think all three of us are pretty blessed in that area. Like I've known both of y'all, for at least 15 years. So we all have been pretty slim most of our lives. So, I mean, it's just, genetics is one of those things that's just unfortunate. Like, it plays a part, but, if you know that you're on the heavier side, and especially if you got kids and you know that it's genetic, it runs in your family, just for your child's health, mental state. If you got picked on as a kid and you were overweight, then I would try to just be preventative and say, hey, like, because kids are very adaptive. But once we get to adults, we lose them. Yeah. So you just want to try to instill those kind of things in them to just be mindful. So maybe they don't have to have it as hard as you had it. Or they have maybe a little bit more confident or a little more educated on what they're actually putting in their body.
Yeah, because kids will mimic. They will mimic what they see and the behaviors and how mom or dad, do certain things.
I'm glad you mentioned mental health, because mental health is often overlooked by entrepreneurs and parents. How do you protect your mental health and emotional well-being while carrying so many responsibilities?
I can't say that on screen.
You know what? I concur. I'm going to back you up. I ain't going to leave you out there to drop by yourself.
Why don't we talk about some healthy coping mechanism skills? What does that possibly
Healthy
look like?
coping mechanism skills. Well, I do like to meditate, doing some deep breathing. Drinking tea is good. Not this tea. Sometimes, like, if you just need to wind down, like a good herbal natural tea, like lavender, burdock, different things like that. So I like hot tea. Exercise, of course. A recent study shows that hugging and affection are really good just for making you feel better, versus.
You like people hugging you, touching you?
It depends on who it is.
You know what?
Depends on who it is.
That's fair.
Not everybody.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
How do you communicate? Like, no.
I'm a hugger, so I'm cool to side hug, but not full circle.
Not full.
For everybody,
No grab you from behind?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know you like that.
You're so passionate about women's health, fitness, and self-expression. Why do you believe those areas are so important for women overall mental health? And I hope I laid that out right. Did I lay that out right?
I think you did great.
Okay,
Who wrote these questions?
I'm in the big seat.
You're in the big seat today. You're doing great. You're doing a great job.
Come on.
You're doing a great job. No, that's a good question. I think it came from, when I was in high school, I wasn't the most confident. I had confidence issues for a while. I did. I struggled. Track was definitely something that helped me love myself more because I was good at it. It was something that people love you back for, or it loves you back. So it definitely helped me, but I struggled with that for a while. And then after I had kids, it was just another adjustment of being a mother. That's a change for us mentally. So I think, I just was self-conscious for so long. And once I started working out, I became more confident in myself, and I wanted more women to feel what I felt. So that's why I just wanted to be a leader and just advocate for them. And just even when it's not about exercise, I like when they send me pictures when they feeling confident. I like to give them those positive words back, just because I know how that feels after you have kids and you trying to make a comeback. And so I think I took it a step further with the videos, just because fitness really helped me become more confident. But I think I just got to this point, when you talking about just self-expression, freedom of self-expression. This is who I really am. I've always kind of been like goofy, silly, but me and Ryan grew up together. We grew up similarly, so it wasn't always welcomed, to just be free-spirited and silly, and it just wasn't, my mom didn't really like it. So I think once I became more confident in myself with fitness, over time, it just became, you know, all these women like just loving on me for helping them, and it just made me want to just show more of myself and create smiles, even for the people who aren't working out with me. It's like I just like to give good feelings all around, like women feeling more confident, people smiling, and it's just because there's two things I've struggled with: just my self-image and, you know, dealing with depression. I think everybody has it, you know, once we come up on 40, we all have had different struggles. Right. So I think we should all be in a safe place to be able to admit, hey, like at this period in my life, I was depressed. Because, you know, we just see that the older we get, we're going to go through things. And sometimes it's inevitable.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, how did you get back to yourself? Because, you know, we had a life before we had kids. So it's like, you know, what does that look like? How do I pour back into my own cup, my own self-care, get to the things that I enjoy just as me?
Y'all answered y'all DMs.
Huh?
Y'all answered y'all DMs.
You know, the DMs definitely.
Let's talk about it.
Hey, you know, a DM, even if you politely decline that DM,
It still make you feel
it
good.
still makes you feel good.
Mine left on red.
Left on red?
Absolutely.
All of them? Or a lot?
Usually.
A lot.
Usually.
But it's still a confidence booster.
It does boost your confidence,
Ooh,
yeah.
look at me there.
All these unread messages.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Yeah.
What does victorious living mean to you in this season of your life? Living victoriously, right? So, and I know that's the title of this podcast, but put your own spin on it. Like, what is that like in your life?
Living victoriously, you know, it for me right now, I can't say having money because I've had better jobs, better paying jobs in fitness, and I wasn't happy. I was miserable. So I think living victorious is doing something that's fulfilling to you, something that you feel like you're pouring into others with, and something that makes you happy every day. You know, it's not all about how much money you make. Just having a good balance with your children, not putting so much into work or entrepreneurship that you neglect them, or, you know, your relationship with God. So I just think it's a good balance with everything, not just being financially stable, but just being whole with, you know, with me is just me and my kids. So my relationship with my children, my relationship with God, and then just, you know, making sure I'm still not neglecting my baby, which is my business.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And, you know, it could be challenging, right? Being a business owner, wearing all these hats, right? And I want to say this subtly because, you know, everything is, I just having a puzzle baby, right? My niece is a puzzle baby. Right. I love her, and it's, how you say that, puzzle baby? My man, I love my puzzle baby. Like, she come to the house, and she just, you know, she kind of do her own thing, man. She got her own room. Everything she has in her house, she has here, right? She got this little princess tent, and, you know, trying to navigate that, right? Because it's unveiling a different way of parenting, of being an uncle or aunt, you know, just it's different, right? And you want to make sure that they have that love and they have that nurturing spirit, and you're teaching them, right? It's not a sentence, right? You know, so that can be a lot, right? Like, my baby came the whole time for spring break, right? And, you know, I'm in and out on the truck and all that, but, like, she just light up the room, you know?
Energy, it transfers.
So, you know, I know, like, for you, you're moving, and then, let me tell you something about the puzzle babies. They not sitting still. They not sitting, they are active. They are active babies. They are.
Still. They're not sitting still, and they do require, and that's another reason why I like working for myself, because I can just give my son the extra attention that he needs, because he is high functioning. He's a puzzle baby. I like that. High functioning. We're working on our relationship. For some reason, he's very loving with everybody else, but with me, he's a little different. So we're working on it. You know, he don't really like mama hugging on him too much. But with autistic kids, they're just gonna be extreme in one way or the other. But on the other end, very loving community for my son. great coaches. He's been able to play sports. It's just been wonderful. Like his village here is awesome. So even though he doesn't like to hug me, he likes to hug a lot of other people in Lake Charles, and they accept it from him, and they just love my son, and I love that for him because, with these kids, sometimes it's hard for them to feel accepted.
Yeah, like I fit in.
Right, I fit in, and they get made fun of a lot. I've witnessed my son getting made several times. They can be cruel, and when it's a high functioning kid that they can't obviously tell something is wrong with, it's harder. So that's something we worked through, and I just had to accept that was always going to be a part of my journey as a mother. I just deal with it. Sometimes it hurts, but you just learn to deal with it.
What advice would you give to other mothers that are in the same situation as you, that deal with some of the challenges, that may be stressed out? I don't know how I can support my child in this.
Definitely just make sure you establish a relationship with people at the school, because with me, it was just so many teachers at LCCA. I had their number. If anything happened or my son just didn't seem like himself, we would just communicate, and they may ask me, well, what's going on? Because sometimes they might not feel comfortable telling you, but he may feel comfortable telling somebody else at school, especially as these kids are getting in those teenage years. Yeah. So I would just say to try to just keep the lines of communication open with teachers, coaches, people at church, other people they're close to, that you may be able to, I hate to say, extract some information from, but they're concerned enough to let you know what's going on if it's something that you need to be aware of. So that's what's most important.
I gotta give it to you. Your edge is hitting. I was kind of looking at it for a minute.
Yes. That's self-care.
Man,
self-care.
A lot of these youngsters ain't got them, so I'm giving it to you, man.
And self-care, Josh. I'm glad you said something about those edges because I feel like for women, I also try to just motivate women, not just for losing weight, but just to make yourself go the extra mile. Those do it your hairstyles, makeup, nails, press-on nails, just things that make us feel like we just haven't lost ourselves in motherhood. Like you still need to I need to feel like Whitney, still. Even though I'm a mom, I still want to feel like myself. Yeah. So just, I like to, be an example of not just being fitness, but I like to keep my hair done and makeup on like a lady and a nice workout outfit. That's things that make me feel good.
Yeah, like taking that time out for yourself, that energy, that effort. Yeah, that's self-care.
I'm gonna kind of do something here because
Let's get into the tea.
Let's get into it. Yay! So this beautiful product is Fit Tea. So these are the teas that I sell. They are good for energy, but they also are good for metabolism boost, appetite control. So still goes into fitness.
Okay.
Some of the benefits of fitness right in a little bottle. What happened to my mic? Is it? Okay, there it is. Okay, so a lot of benefits of fitness in a bottle. You may be able to earn some extra calories, burn some extra calories, metabolize, so boost your metabolism, cut out some food cravings, focus, and hours long of energy. Not like Red Bull or Monster drinks. Yeah. These you can kind of sip on it and you don't have that crash.
So what flavor is that?
This is my melon.
Okay.
I got candy apple.
You got candy apple. You got tropic burst. That's probably the number 1 seller or number 2 seller.
I had some. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I would say number 2. Number 1 is Hot Girl Summer. I got a Hot Girl Summer drink. Yeah. I should have brought one. I know. A Hot Girl Summer.
You know what I'm planning to see? You gotta. I don't know if you've done it right because I've been busy. You need a song that Carisha's song with Hot Girl Summer. You gotta get it out there.
Oh,
Did you put it out there? Yes.
No, I didn't.
That's yes.
No,
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Okay.
You putting your twist on it.
Okay.
With the Hot Girl Summer.
It's a challenge. That's a
Y'all
challenge.
heard it live. Yes.
It's a challenge. Okay.
Yes, I want to see this.
I can put my creative spin on it.
Y'all look for a video pretty soon. Look for a skit.
I'm gonna take a sip.
Yeah, take
I
a
haven't had any yet.
Try yours. You gotta try it right now. Yeah, try yours.
We're gonna try it right now. I'm gonna let you know.
TOG, one of the original gangsters.
So that's candy apple.
I started with 3 flavors, and that was one of them. Now I have 11. Yeah, you like that? Don't drink too much. It's powerful stuff there.
Smooth.
What's the rating?
You know what? My mind went somewhere I was finna send, right? But it's good, right? Let me tell you something. That is really, really tasty. But I'm not taking away from that. I know that's not what it's there for, right?
It's not there for taste, no.
No. But it's tasty, but them folks wouldn't tell you, they ain't never had nobody put this with no yak.
Yes. You can't mix. You really? They mixing it?
Girl, I'm like, what? And that just sounds like nausea to me. But I'm like,
forgive me, Lord. Forgive me.
Whatever floats your boat.
The first time I tasted this, I was like, I'm not advising it, right? This is fit with tea, right? But with a brown, with a cognac.
Exactly what somebody told me.
With a cognac, this right?
Somebody told me that also.
We know you don't drink, Mother Teresa.
I don't. So this is Tropic Burst, though. This is really good.
It's
I
good?
say a 10 out of 10. Yes, but that's funny. Like you said, mixing it. What you said with cognac or something, or that's what you said.
I don't recommend that at all.
Because that's energy, though. With alcohol, I mean.
Right. That's why I'm like, you got weight loss. You got weight loss ingredients.
We in Louisiana. We gonna get with some business.
Right. We're always gonna try to
folks be just taking stuff and doing it. You know, we love our sister, but I'm just saying for the folks that, you know, we trying to get you to be healthy, right?
Yes.
But if you just so happen to partake in the brown substance, you want something to mix it with, right? Whit is not saying this. I'm saying this.
He's saying that.
Get a bottle, get you some brown, tell Unc what you think about it.
The sad part is that you're not the first person. You're about the fourth person. Fourth person who has told me that.
When that first taste hit me, I was like, ooh. Yeah.
This has been endorsed by Josh Lewis.
Yes. It's not by Whit. We want to sell Whit. We want to sell Whit.
On me, but the alcohol side, that's on him. Yeah.
Full responsibility.
He takes responsibility. I don't
do.
recommend
This is
that.
very good. So where can people get in contact with you? Tell us about the services that you offer, you know, how they can reach you and also get these teas.
Okay, awesome. So my phone number is right here on the label. But also we have a Facebook page. We have an Instagram. Don't have a TikTok yet, but we do have a Facebook and Instagram. fitwhitsfitness.com is our website. So, and it also has all the links to all the social media. So you can order it. If you're out of town, you can order the dry packs. And I should have brought something. I have the little dry packs. You just mix it with 16 ounces of water, and it comes out just like.
Well, I got a question. If I like sweet stuff, so can I mix mine with like honey? Probably not.
You guys just want to mix it with everything. It's already mixed like this. Yeah. It's already mixed. You know, that would make it really sweet. Super sweet. You could, you know, it's natural ingredients. So if you want to mix it with honey, hey.
All off her workout journey.
All types of applause.
But it's taste. I'm telling you.
It's very tasteful. Yeah.
Man, you know.
Now, what about people that want to work out? How can they get in contact with you? Like, what does that look like? Do you offer individual sessions, group sessions?
So I am currently doing some small group training at 8:30 a.m. and at 6:30 p.m. 3 days a week. So I just kind of limited to those two groups. I was doing some one-on-one training in the beginning, but I have a part-time job now. So that's the only time slots I really have available. So no, yes, it's still available, but no time slots outside of those. That's all I can do, you know, just to keep the balance with tea. Yeah. I don't want to overload one. So I only can train at those 2 times right now.
So I gotta ask you, right? Being an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur, right? How was that adjustment to going from fully entrepreneurship to having a job, and we still promoting our brand, right? Because, you know, the Lord got different times with us, right? Everything comes in the season.
Right, it does. It does.
It's a transition.
It is a transition. But it's, you know, what I'm doing, I think it was also an assignment from God. I've been training a senior citizen. So I'm his caretaker, but I also he's recovering from a hip injury, and so we've been doing different exercises, and I've been keeping track of that, and I want to share his journey also because it's beautiful. So I think that was something I told my mom that was God sent, because I did need to find employment. That fluctuating income is good to have stable income.
Indeed. Yeah, we good. They ain't gonna put us out of here.
Okay, so that has been very gratifying for me because we've just made tremendous progress, and he told me he was more impressed with me than his physical therapist. Wow. So he's come along tremendously. So I do think that there was a calling for me. Yeah. It's just that I haven't been able to do videos.
Yeah, but see,
so busy. I understand.
I've been so busy.
But I see this
so much time.
Yeah, but I see the spark in your eye though when you do your business and when you're working with people in your workouts and your teas. So I want to encourage you to keep going. And I get it. As an entrepreneur, sometimes you have to take a part-time job to build that capital for your business. And that's all that is. It's just not yet. I always like to use the word yet. You're going to get there. You're going to get there.
Yeah.
God put that in you, that burning desire, and I feel like it's for a reason.
He did put it in me, and I was just glad because I did. I got on Facebook, and I was a crybaby, and I made a little status, and I was like, if it's not for me, Lord, then remove the desire because it's depressing when I can't do me. Yeah. And I was just feeling like I was neglecting my business because T-sales kind of dropped this week, but on the other side, the man that I've been training has been doing so well. Like, we've been getting him outside, so it's just like you can't do but it has been very fulfilling and gratifying and seeing the progress he's made. So I was glad one of my friends called me and she was like, hey, I think this is just part of the plan. You sounds like you're just building your resume and showing just another area of clientele that you're trying. I was like, I'm so glad Layla called me and just change my perspective on it because I was just looking at it in the South way. Yeah. But I'm like, no, I love this too. It's just that T kind of got neglected the last 2 weeks, So I just was a little discouraged. Had a moment, but when she told me that, I was like, yeah, sometimes things don't always go according to our way and our plan and our time, and it's in God's plan and his time, and if that's how he wrote the story, then that's just how he wrote the story.
He's gonna make those provisions though.
Right.
Yeah.
I do believe.
And if God be a little slow, come meet me in the trap.
Might have to.
But God's plans, they're bigger than ours. We have what we think we want, and God's like, dream bigger. I have something better in store for you. So I like to use a lot of reframes. Just helps, change your perspective on things, especially when things don't really go our way or they don't go according to plan.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you have to just, you have to just be patient, and it's not that it's not part of the plan. It's part of the plan. It's just not the part that you want to explode right now, but still doing well in that area.
And then I think too, like when God is about to elevate us, maybe there are some things, and I'll speak on my behalf, there are some things that God needs to develop in us first before he can give us the desires of our hearts. If I give it to you now, you're going to mess it up, So it's like there are some things within us that we need to work on and develop.
I agree. I think, sometimes you have to be ready to receive. Mm-hmm. So all I can do is, just trust him and his time, and it always has worked. It has always worked out, And yes.
You'd be like, God, but I need these lights on though to work.
Yeah.
And these lights, they gotta stay on.
Right.
And hot water.
Right.
Kind of, Trust me, being a business owner, baby.
Oh, it'll definitely strengthen your faith, all right.
Yeah. You don't know. Like you said, income kind of fluctuates, but at the same time, when you do what you have to do so your business can sustain. But when you love the things that you do, it's like, I'm going to do whatever I have to do for my business to sustain.
So. And y'all be on the lookout. Y'all encourage her. Y'all DM with, get the teas, get the fitness. And remember, I'm the one that told you for her to do the creature video. I'm waiting for the hot girl summer tea to drop. Well, if the tea is already out, you can get the tea right now. You get the tea right now.
How much are the teas?
So the teas are $9 each, or you can get the 3 for $25 bundle. Most people, nobody buys one. Every now and then, but most people who are familiar with it, they'll buy 3.
Now, what about the rates, like for the sessions?
So for the sessions, I'm charging $50 weekly for a small group of fitness, which is pretty reasonable, you know. And Louisiana fitness is not like, we're not like a huge fitness state. We're a food state, right? So can't charge as much as like Denver, Colorado. But just trying to make it affordable, and of course, you know, you want people who are serious about it, like who want to invest into the health journey and not just come because it's cheap.
I already spoke something to existence. I feel like her teas need to be in some stores here in Lake Charles.
All right.
So here's the thing. I've gotten an offer about tea being in the store, but the thing about them is that it's good and it's bad. So energy drinks can stay on the shelves for months, you know, Red Bull, but this is made fresh. It only has a 10-day shelf life. Yeah. So if I put it in the store, it would just be another, like, you know, responsibility having to stay up on top of the dates. You don't know if they're going to sell. Now, the dry packs possibly could go in the stores because they have 30 days plus. But these, you know, that's why in the tea shops they make it fresh and they sell them in like.
Got a shelf life. Okay, I can see that. It would be also on your store to produce to market it for you, right? Because we don't want to see something, you know, whatever store, you don't have to speak on it, that you had the conversation about. If they were kind of marketing it, it makes it move. I did merchandising, you know, years ago, but like and we'll talk more about it later. But if you're like I do touring, right? Mm-hmm. If I recommend, hey, go to Joe's Body Shop, right? They don't have to go there, right? But if I recommend it, they're liable to see more traffic than anyone else, you know?
Yeah.
Because you got several other beverage items, but
right, and that's what the goal was, to try to bring in more business. But I don't think I'm quite there yet with sales. You know, that's what I told him. I'm not quite there yet. But I mean, I would love, you know, to just expand.
that conversation is big though, just to have it.
Yeah.
Just to have that conversation is big.
But for right now, I'm trying to just keep it more like an online store. I don't really want a storefront. I kind of just want to expand and have people like buying tea locally and ordering those dry packs. And it's been slow, but I've been getting them shipped out mostly in Texas. But I just want to continue to build on it, like getting it farther and farther away. Yeah. You know.
But even like finding some stores that, like Main Squeeze, for example, that have products that have to be moved 10-day, you know, life shelf. So just kind of throwing that out there among other places, you know, so yeah.
I'm going to tell y'all, DM Whit, right? If you shoot your shot, she leave you on red, DM her, but get the tea.
But if you ask me about tea, I'm definitely gonna reply, guys. These are the DMs I like to respond to.
Buy a tea, buy 3. Woman got babies to feed, buy 3 teas.
Right.
Then shoot your shot.
Don't buy one.
3 for $25.
Hey. At least you had good tea. If she shoot you down, get the tea.
And you supporting the black business.
Check out.
Yeah.
Man, you know, give it a try.
Give it a try.
Man, we thank you for coming. We thank you for
having
us.
me. This was wonderful.
Man, we thank you for having us. Thank you, Ryan, for being our co-host.
You're welcome, of course.
Amazing. And I think this is great that you started.
Thank you.
I you know, just pray that it continues to flourish, and it's going great so far.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hand clap for Josh for taking the lead on today in our
Thank you.
podcast.
I feel good.
A host.
Show,
A host. Yes.
Feel good. And remember, healing is a process and growth is intentional. Until next time, give yourself grace and stay grounded in faith. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.